look at that. Just look at it. Seems like we're gradually getting closer to it. Like floating into it. I think we actually are right now, which is amazing. The Dyson Sphere's construction continues. Similarly to our last episode, solar sail production is being gradually upscaled to accelerate the completion of the Dyson Sphere project. And it's going pretty well. Hello Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program in our Alpha Andromedae series. This is like my comfort food recording for the day, because I just finished a Stellaris recording. Let me tell you that I just need some good vibes, and DSP is here to save me. So the main thing I want to double check before I do what I'm about to do is kind of take a look at how these are doing, because I kind of feel like this is starting to empty out again now that we are producing these, like producing solar cells at such a rapid pace, and I really want to feel confident in the direction it's moving. It seems like they're emptying out slowly but surely, so I'm going to need to increase the rate of production on these. And it might just come down, to tell you the truth, now that I'm looking at it, it might just come down to moving this thing. Hold on. Oh yeah, I think when I built these, there was a weird spacing thing. Some of them needed to be placed in a slightly different configuration than before. Okay, I'm just going to not worry about the sorters. Okay, so I actually can't fit multiple ones in there. That's probably why. I'm probably thinking of a different area. Okay, so let's go ahead. We need two things to get these built. We need these, and we need these. And then that goes there. And I can probably do the same thing here. Truth be told. Just need to replace that. And we're going to do this a little bit better than I did it the first time. There we go. That's much better. Faster solutions for the win. Now, can I, in this case... Alright, in this case I can actually just use the existing layout. And it's not a perfect fit there, but that at least increases the output a little bit. Now I can also come down here and do the same thing here. Can't go too crazy with it. Actually, I kind of can. I kind of can, because... Yeah. Yeah, I totally and completely can go crazy with it. Because all I have to do is double this up over here the same way it's doubled up elsewhere. And then I'll just need to make sure that I'm producing enough circuit boards to make this happen. So this is, you know, it's all going pretty well in the grand scheme. I'm happy about it. Let's place this here. Because once we expand this, and I'm happy that like we actually have a surplus of these, I can expand solar cell production even more than I've already expanded it, which is just obscene to even think about. Alright, here we go. That looks like a perfect fit. It is a perfect fit, and it looks like they're all... Oh, not quite all powered. Okay. Now they're all powered. Hey, there we go. Alright, so now the question will be, are there enough computer chips coming all the way down the line? There I go again. Are there enough circuit boards going all the way down the line? I'm just going to let that meme keep going. Even when I know that they're circuit boards at the beginning of the next Dyson Sphere series, whenever that is, I'm just going to call them chips. And you'll hear me. You'll physically hear me winking at the camera for everyone that was here for Alpha Andromeda. For the good old days of Dyson Sphere Program. Early and not long after the channel's return. Okay, so I still, to be honest, it seems like we're okay. Like, I'm not seeing anything running out, and now if I look here, let's see if it's actually increasing or decreasing. I want to see that number going up. Yeah, it's climbing. It's climbing. You see that? All right, so the number's actually climbing now. If it's climbing, that means we can make more solar sails. Let's do this. All right. How are the overall numbers, by the way? Yeah, we're producing 7,200. We're only consuming 6,100. That's what blows my mind. Over the last minute, though, how are we looking? Okay. Yeah, so they're just not making it all the way around, is what it comes down to. So I think what we might notice here... Yeah. Okay, so we're starting to see a surplus of these. And I see the solution. I see the solution. All right, so hang on. Let's make sure that we stack these the same way that we're stacking everything else, just really for consistency's sake. Yeah, so they're starting to pile up in storage, is what I just witnessed. So here's what we're going to do. Maybe just this one. Does it need to be split? There's an argument that it really doesn't need to be split at all. I'm just going to feed some extra sails in this way. Okay, so that'll help that line fill up. So that, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. So that kind of confirms what I was, thinking, that there is in fact, that there were more sails building up. It's just that it was being camouflaged in some ways, because the sails were not necessarily, for a while there, while I was trying to diagnose the issue, they weren't sitting in storage. So I was like, what's going on here? But now they're... Okay. This will be interesting to watch over the next few moments, because what we should see, first of all, we should see this line filling up pretty... I mean, already you can tell that this is quite a full line. But then we have this new line that we just put into place that's helping with just this line here. So it's really helping fill this one up, which means that when stuff hits this filter, it's going to be more likely to be able to send stuff to the very middle. And consumption should theoretically go up. I might also need to go ahead and increase solar cell production now, because I feel like it's that time. So let's come over here and do this. We have a truly massive sail production apparatus happening at this point. It's a little bit crazy. But I love every second of it. It's good times. Alright, so let's put you here. And once again, the blueprint's misbehaving a little bit. I don't know why it wouldn't layer it better. Alright, so I just went absolutely ham. That is more than I need. And we are going to need to use pilers the way that I have multiple times in the last few episodes. But that's a huge increase. And we still are seeing everything coming down the line just fine. All right, so this is going to be one spot where I use a piler. That's an obvious opportunity there. Okay. So there's that, and we'll have to keep an eye on it, because you can see some filling up over here, but I think that's going to slowly empty out. Yeah, it's in front of the first piler, which makes sense. So how many are we producing now? We're over, oh my god, 8,400. That's just in the last minute, though. And you can also tell that more are being fired as more get transported. So that's fantastic. God. See, this is such a long line of assemblers, one of the longest that I've ever built, that I'm flying around like, where are the towers? I'm confused. They're over here. Okay, so we have this one completely full, which means that anything coming in here, you can actually see this line backing up a little bit. The majority of its excess is going to get sent into the middle line, which is good. So that will slowly help everything here in terms of consumption. Now we're above 7,000 per minute, which is what I wanted to see. I want to actually be consuming sales roughly at the rate that I'm producing them. Okay? Now that that's been going for a moment, let's go down here and actually see how things are looking. Yeah, see? See, we need to do more here. Because we clearly still are not piling these enough. So, like, roughly here is another spot. I might need to start physically counting, like, the number of assemblers optimally between pilers, based on what I'm seeing so far, but I'll see if I can get by without doing that for a moment. Alright, so there's some double piling happening there. That's fine. Let's also go ahead and build one here. No, wrong way. Wrong way. Alright, starting to see a few gaps in the graphene, which is hilarious to me. Okay. Okay, looks healthier now. How many solar cells are we producing now? Over 8,500 per turn, and we're almost firing 7,200 per minute. I said per turn. I meant per minute. Oh, that's fantastic. I just don't want to see any yellow circles. I want to see all of these just sending all of their solar cells. All right, we're still backing up into storage here. So what that implies to me is that... Wow. These lines should be nearly full. And they are. It looks like we have sales coming through at a much more rapid pace, so all of these are like fully fed. We're up to 8,700 solar cells per minute. Let's take a look at this. Oh, look at that. Look at that solid line of them. Some are not even being pulled. What the heck? What the heck is this? What the... Look at this. Does that mean... Why is this happening? Why are there some in orbit? Do you see this? Some of these are in orbit. They shouldn't be in orbit. Unless every solar cell that's currently sitting in the air is somehow going to be one that contributes to the completion of the sphere. That doesn't seem... Are you telling me that everything I'm already looking at... Oh my god. So, what this is implying is that every solar cell that has already been pulled from the Dyson swarm, like, they're tapped out, basically. That there are now cells re-entering the Dyson swarm because they no longer have a place to go. It might be that there's an upper limit, but that doesn't seem reasonable. Yeah, we've crossed the 2 million mark. So, what are we looking at here? Because what's interesting to me is that I'm pretty sure as, like, they don't get pulled from anywhere else. So what's the reason for this? Why are some of them remaining in orbit? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's going to be pretty. Like, I don't mind it at all, but I want the explanation, damn it. Okay. Nice. Okay, so I think we're pretty much firing in terms of the guns. Let's fly around to a spot where they're actually firing, so we can get a sense for like the saturation of all the belts, because it looks like rock solid. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome right there. So all of those are firing consistently, and you can tell that they're saturated with solar sails. Oh my god. Hang on, we gotta go this way. We gotta go this way and see what this looks like. Holy crap. It's beautiful. Alright, so they're all firing. We're almost halfway to our current research project. I could just fly and watch these fire for an entire episode. Don't worry, I'm not going to do that, but like I get so much satisfaction from seeing just the sheer scale of this thing. I'm going to stop doing crazy camera stuff. Let's fly over here and see how things are looking storage-wise. All right, so we're still building some up in storage, which means we could go ahead and have another line. And I know exactly what I'm going to do with it, in fact. I know exactly what I'm going to do with this line. If they're still building up in storage, even a little bit, here's how this is going to go down. First of all, let's get to about right here. And then climb. Nice. Alright, so that will work spacing-wise. Could I potentially just... Yeah, I could just do that. That makes life a lot easier. I wasn't expecting to be able to do that, but it let me. Nice. Alright, so remember that we have this one coming in here. Well, we can do the same from the other side. And it will have the same effect. All I really care about here is that every solar sail that I produce, I don't want anything held back. I want this thing fully saturated. All right, so how is this looking? I got this filter set up. Yeah, it doesn't have a filter at all, actually. And this one shouldn't either. Yeah, good. Let me make sure it doesn't have a filter. No filter. Perfect. All right, so now, yeah, we're still seeing some solar sails back up. So essentially what we've just achieved is we have achieved total satisfaction of this entire 5-wide belt, which technically means it's time for more guns. I know you guys are sitting there right now just going, more guns, Hadrian, it's time. Hold on. Let's first make sure that we don't see any yellow dots here, and we want to make sure that these are still emptying out, or these are still sitting still, because it actually seems like these are emptying out again. Which is not surprising, given how much we just expanded solar sail production. Yeah, these are totally emptying out again. This is my surprised face. This is how shocked I am. Translation, I'm not shocked. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okie doke. How is this belt looking? No, it's fine. $22,000 are being absorbed. I don't know what to make of that. I really don't. You can definitely tell some panels at the most central latitudes are close to being done, though, especially in the area that are like the areas that are close to where panels have already been finished. Like this one's almost done. This one's almost done. Even these two, like they're really starting to fill up nicely. Oh, so satisfying to see. Okay, so that's going well. Yeah, let's look at production one more time. Yeah, we're only consuming about 6,600 of them at the moment. even though we're producing 2,000 more per minute. So that's why I'm thinking it's time for more guns. But yeah, you can see from looking at the lines, like, this is completely and utterly full. And we're building up some in storage here. Oh my god, that's absurd. It's dumb, okay? Like, there's a point at which you just have to say, this is ridiculous. This is categorically stupid. In the best of ways. You know what I'm thinking? It might be time to go ahead and... it might be time to go ahead and delete the rocket launchers. Because we know we don't need them anymore, and they're in the way. If we're really going to expand and add more guns, because we have so many sails, the only thing that makes sense is to delete all of these. It's the only thing that makes sense. It is. However, in order to build more gun belts, we actually need more guns. And I don't exactly have a ton of guns at the moment. I have some processors. I have some supermagnetic rings. I don't, however, have steel. Now, I think steel is being produced somewhere here. Let's take a look, because I might be able to get some fairly easily. Whoa, what are you short on? Oh, hold on. Hold on. What are you short on? You're short on iron. Why are you short on iron? Is it just because... Oh, yep. You know what? That's totally fair. That's totally fair. Should have seen that coming. Let's go ahead and give this the same treatment we've given multiple other resources. We're just going to pile these a little bit. Okay. I don't want to leave this planet until I'm confident that it, like, that even, I mean, if there's a shortage, there's a shortage, but I want to see that it's at least functioning at the moment. Oh, I deleted that way too early. What was going on there? I want to see that it's at least functioning. Okay, so yeah, we need to pile these a couple of times. Didn't really think that through with where I was placing that. But that's okay. I'll go ahead and put a couple down. Same basic principle. Just making space on the lines. That's all. The main thing is just that these things fill all the way up. Alright, good. Starting to look a little better now. Such a beautiful thing. Alright, I just don't want to run out of circuit boards again. Circuit boards were looking short, and now it looks like they're back in good shape. Producing 8,200 solar cells per minute, which is utter insanity. Yeah, this panel's almost done. Yeah, see, these all require... $22,500, roughly. And then toward the top, they require fewer. For the same space, which is why I started combining them like this. Because this one here, this is 1 square, but it's 28,100. So, how many are currently in... Yeah, there are 22,000 being absorbed right now. So it's almost as though all that can really be in the air at any one time... That's so strange. I don't know what to make of that. It's almost like all that can really be in the air at one time. I say in the air, like just in space, traveling to the surface of the Dyson Sphere, is like the equivalent of what one frame can hold, roughly. I doubt there's any connection, but that's just what it That's what it seems like at the moment. By the way, generation capacity is at 105 gigawatts. Which is absurd. Oh my god. Yeah, we definitely need more guns. Where's the steel? Now that I'm not sidetracked anymore. Where's the frickin' steel? Okay, are we actually climbing on these again? We're climbing on these again, I think. Because I don't think this storage had any in it. Oh, no, maybe it did. Maybe we're emptying out. I don't think it can make up its mind whether we're climbing or emptying out. Yeah, it doesn't know what to do. No, I think it's actually improving. I think we're actually making more. But at the very least, it's holding steady enough that I should look for some freaking steel and not get distracted this time. Okay? Okay, good talk. So, steel, I think, is going to be at the other pole. It's very likely we're going to delete all of those rocket launchers. And, yeah. Here's our steel. So now the only thing I need... Oh my god. Yeah, we're going to build them one at a time, same as we usually have. I'm just going to take the excess product from all of these. That's what makes the most sense at the moment. Okay, now I need to grab more steel. Oh my god, this is so nuts. Okay, and now I actually don't have any more electromagnetic or supermagnetic rings. But that's okay, because I've just queued up an absurd amount of guns. And we can probably build at least... at least 2 more rows of guns. So, here's what's throwing me off. This is why I'm, like, staring at the situation with this so much. Like, over the last couple of episodes, we've attempted to do some math with regard to, you know, roughly how much time do we have left before this is completed. And what I've been using in order to do that math is the production rate, or the even better is the consumption rate, you know, the rate at which they're being fired. But if, for some dumb reason, not all of them are being fired, not all the ones that are being fired are immediately being absorbed, like if there's some upper limit to how many can be absorbed at a time, which seems to be the case, not sure what the explanation is, then any estimate we make about how many episodes are left in the series is completely... Because there was a part of me that was like, you know, if I let episodes run a little bit long, I might be able to end it by 150. And you'll recall, around like episode 80 or so, I was just like, yeah, we're going to try and end it by 100. Now, I didn't think that that was necessarily going to be easy to do. It's taken a lot longer than I anticipated. I feel a little goofy for ever thinking that it would be remotely close to that. But we did also... At the time, I hadn't really chosen the scope of the Dyson Sphere yet. I was just starting to think about it. Now we're much clearer on how big of a sphere we're building. Is it worth it? Yes. Is it fun? Yes. Is it taking a lot longer than anticipated? Yes. So, that's why we've been doing the math, trying to figure out, like, okay, well, this is how many are being fired. This is how many we have remaining. How long is it going to take, roughly speaking, for all of those, you know, to get out into space and for us to have a complete Dyson Sphere. And now it's like, if I'm seeing these extra, you know, solar sails forming an orbital ring around the Dyson Sphere, basically a new Dyson swarm, like, what are you doing? Is basically my question. So, one thing I'm going to be curious about is, starting now, as these make it all the way around, you know what? Let's go let's watch. Let's go physically watch. Because I want to see it. Now that we're reaching a point where... Yeah. Now that we're reaching a point where the orbital section is kind of making it all the way back around. I want to see what happens if I can watch specific sails in that section of the Dyson swarm as they merge with this section. Like, do they actually like reactivate? Because this seems to be like the magic point at which they get sent to be absorbed. So maybe there's a maximum, I don't know. There's some mechanic that's clearly preventing these sails from all just going straight to the sphere as soon as they arrive in their orbital point here, which is where those flashes are happening. So what I want to try and see, I want to try and lock on to a single, any of these, really. I just want to see what happens. I want to lock onto a single one of these and try and follow it. I'm going to keep my cursor on it. Speeding up a little bit to keep up. Looks like these are orbiting at roughly 500 meters per second. It seems like it's going to start moving. You know, it doesn't seem like they're staying in orbit. It seems like they are moving back, but then again, we're not quite at the point yet. It also doesn't seem like we're actually hitting it. It seems like the point is actively moving. Oh, wait. Is it happening, or are we just turning? No, it's not happening yet, but I think we're getting really close. We were farther back than I realized we were. Oh, it's getting hard to track. It's getting hard to track. All right. Question is, will this solar sail get summoned to the sphere, or will it go back around? Oh boy. This is chaos. I don't want to lose track of it. That's the one. I'm pointing at it. Still got it. Doesn't seem like it. Nope. It went straight through. So there are some that are not getting called away. What's up with that? Yeah, it only says 21,720 are being absorbed. Why is that? I mean, I just want to, at this point, I'm just curious. I just want to know. What's the deal? God, this game is gorgeous. I just want to know. All right, so yeah, we've got a few more panels that are very close to being done. I'm just so curious. All right, how many... Let's take a look at this. Yep, 83, which is the number that just showed. So we're building up our EM rail ejectors, and we need to go back to Alpha Andromeda 2 in order to get some of the other things that we need relatively easily. So I'm just going to do that. But what I'm also going to do, since we're at the 35-minute mark for this episode, is I'm going to stop this one here, and in the next one, we will arrive at Alpha Andromeda 2, and we will grab what we need to make copious amounts more guns, and then we'll start firing more of these sails into orbit. It remains to be seen whether or not they'll actually, it seems like what I'm doing at this point to accelerate the completion of the sphere, it might not be doing anything. We're still going to build more guns because we want to be able to fire the excess sails on the surface that we can. But we're going to have to see exactly what's going on if we even can. If we can determine why they're not being absorbed, or if we just have to wait. But, the feeling that we've hit capacity is still pretty damn cool. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, Look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at noon, U.S. Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.